Vindie Ceballos graduated from Abel Bravo High School in Colón. Vindie is finishing the English degree at Universidad de Panamá, looking forward to being a doctor in the education field. She's an enthusiastic person who takes advantage of the knowledge received. Currently, she is working as the Alorica sales representative, who, through the English language, helps solving problems, being this last one of her biggest strengths. Among her hobbies are meditation and listening to podcasts, which help her to keep healthy and in constant learning. Welcome, Vindie.
Thank you all. If we teach as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow. Don't do it. This amazing teacher and American philosopher understood almost 100 years ago that teaching in a static way prevents children from learning to think critically, creatively. When you provide them with the opportunity to learn in a way that is tailored to their needs and interests, they can develop the problem-solving skills that will be fundamental for the future. Today's educational great triangle consists of students, teachers, and technology, as we can see on Freddie's video. That was super interesting. ICT's context is to facilitate learning processes for students and teachers at all educational levels. ICTs has opened up great potential to enrich the teaching and learning processes through creativity, collaboration, communication, engagement, motivation, self-paced, digital literacy, and many others, such as Bloom's taxonomy's principle, which include remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, and creating. Because of the pandemic of the COVID-19, ICTs became integral to the teacher learning interaction here in Panama. Even though we were not familiarized with ICTs and other countries where it was imperative to have them at that moment. Having technological tools has come to revolutionize all education, using video conferences application for virtual classes between students and teachers, and others to complete tasks or assignments, or simply to explain a class. They use our mobile messaging or electronic devices where the tool needed to complete and continue with education during the pandemic. And these elements are really helpful for every one of them. That's why I asked to myself, so how education will be in the future? Well, when I was in elementary school from 1992 up to 1997, I have no ICTs available. When I was in high school, it was very limited, perhaps one class per week. However, nowadays, technology has become part of our jobs, entertainment, and education. We are really fortunate to live in this era and be part of this amazing advances. One of the things that I'm really grateful for, and I was thinking because of the Thanksgiving tradition, that we are truly fortunate to have amazing teachers that bring motivation to classes, increasing our interest. And one of the things that I recall is we recently have a memorable dynamic that will live in my heart and my classmates forever. In grammar class, we made a movie. It was a unique experience. I remember Mr. Betancourt, who was our facilitator, shared with us a book file. We read the story. It was the version that have a lot of all English, so we have to be checking the meaning of every word, analyze the narrative, and we practice a lot. We look over the characters and start looking for options to adapt our own version of that movie. Well, it was a Beauty and the Beast, and it was magical to look for a scenarios, choose the characters, and definitely it helped us to think and see the things differently. In a grammar class, to make a movie about the Beauty and the Beast, it was unique. So let me ask you, how do you think education will be in 50 years from now? So, Freddie, what would you say in 50 years from now?
Well, I would say that it's going to be very advanced. I think we won't even be able to take our notebooks to class anymore, you know? We'll be
Right?
able to have like electronic iPads, or not even iPads, like even in the classroom, be like a system where you can actually, that's what I imagine. You can be able to write everything, and it'll be like less heavy to bring all of these books as well. You know, you
Yeah.
have everything on. Even I see that right now. Our professors sometimes they share us PDF files that we don't have to buy the book. You just have it in your computer, and it's very advanced. Yeah, so I think it's going to be amazing. I
Yes,
hope it change. You know?
absolutely. And hopefully we'll be here to see it and definitely take
Yes.
advantage of all of this great technology. So these platforms that help us to share knowledge are the proof meaningful way that what ICTs are for. So we must be sure that AI and many other IT tools will be part of traditional learning. New technologies generate diverse methodologies that help us to change the didactic. And the main purpose is to contribute with the training of the students by fulfilling education objectives and self-awareness. These lead to the effective combination that integrates ICTs into the learning process of the students, that conceive a higher education and deeper interaction that impacts of the idea of change, that one of the topics that teacher Tanya loved to behaviorism, and make sure we think outside the box. So engaging the students to the wise management of a teacher role is really important. So as a result, ICT become a tool that promotes meaningful learning. And over the years, the new approaches have appeared more focused on the incorporation of ICTs in the processes to integrate development students, such as TAC, TEP, and TRICS. So I want to ask any of you, so what was one of the ICTs that you used the most during, now that we are in strike, what are the ICTs that you're using the most? Some of you can share that with me. Well, we all use computers, internet for sure. So definitely take advantage and keeping our minds that if we teach as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow. Jones' wise words. Thank you.
Thank you, Vindie, for your participation. I want to stop here for a while because we have here, and I will be speaking in Spanish to be respectful to her. Tenemos con nosotros en el día de hoy a la profesora, a la doctora Ramona Araya, quien es la coordinadora del programa de maestrías y posgrados en el Centro Regional Universitario de Coclé. Ramona.
Hola, buenos días. Buenos días, profesora Tania. Gracias por la invitación. Excelente actividad. Acabo de entrar, estoy viendo pues la presentación de los jóvenes. Excelente. donde demuestran pues las competencias académicas adquiridas durante su licenciatura. Y es una bonita oportunidad para que pongan en práctica todo lo aprendido, desarrollando cada uno de los temas que veo que están trabajando allí. Excelente, profesora Tania, la felicito. Dentro de lo que es la asignatura de las TICs, estoy viendo pues que están aplicando los conocimientos adquiridos en cuanto a la parte de la tecnología también. Y más en el momento en que estamos, que nos queda pues trabajar con la parte de la virtualidad y aplicar diferentes aplicaciones y estrategias metodológicas en función pues del momento en que estamos trabajando. Y así se amerita pues la aplicación de cada una de estas técnicas. Así que los felicito, chicos. Estoy viendo que tienen bastante público también. ¿Tienen invitados? Porque veo
Sí.
que hay...
Sí, tenemos invitados, tenemos toda la escuela de inglés, además tenemos estudiantes de escuelas que estamos empoderando a los niños para que sean moderadores de esta actividad. Inmediatamente vas a ver a otra que va a iniciar y como lo decíamos, ¿no? Trabajando con todos los tipos de tecnología y en este caso desde las de empoderamiento y participación, haciendo pues extensiva la invitación a niños para que empiecen a ver qué es lo que debemos nosotros lograr en nuestra educación, no importa la edad que tengan. Muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos, Ramona.
Sí, voy a estar solamente un momento porque también tengo otro compromiso. Así que
muchísimas gracias.
Les agradezco nuevamente pues la invitación y éxito para todos.
Gracias. Okay, guys, we will continue with our stuff. Our next participant is Iris Martinez, and the moderator will be Helen Dominguez.
Thank you, Mrs. Tania. It is Geneva Martinez Martinez. Hometown is Penonomé. She graduated from the Ángel María Herrera High School with a degree in literature and has a higher degree in tourist direction and management. She currently works in the Inclusive Mayor's Office of Penonomé in the municipal treasury. Her greatest inspiration and her reason for existence are her two kids. She likes to play soccer, listen to music, and is creative. What she wants the most is to finish her bachelor's degree in English from the University of Panama and be a professional. Welcome, Iris.
Hello, everyone. Okay, my topic is the teacher's role, right? It is an important role that the teacher has to face day by day. The role of the teachers has changed over time with the arrival of information and communication technologies, the ICTs. In the past, teachers relied on traditional methods such as lectures and textbooks to deliver an instruction for their students. But nowadays, teachers are looking for capturing the attention to the student in order that they teach them using the ICT. But you know that the teacher have they need to have a profile, right? The teachers need to be a guide, a support, and a model. Why a guide? Because teachers need to be an inspiration for the students. They need to be leaders in the use of the ICTs. In the classroom, it is important because teachers need to be very familiar with the latest ICT tools and resources, and to be able to integrate those sources and tools in order to teach in a meaningful way with an effective instruction. The other characteristic is the support. Why a support? Because teachers need to be able to provide support to the student, and the students need to feel comfortable when the teachers are teaching them about any topic, and in this case, using the ICT tools. Of course, teachers need to be a model. And a model that the teacher need to have is when they need an adequate digital competence when they are using the ICT effectively for teaching and learning. This competence includes the ability to access, process, and communicate information, create digital content, and collaborate online. Also, teachers need to present a positive attitude towards ICT and believe in their potential to improve the learning. Teachers have to know the great capacity that they have for knowledge and understanding what they are teaching. And the teacher need to believe in themselves, believe in how they are teaching to transmit that security to their students, right? Because for that reason, the teacher need to be a model. Also, the teacher need to have a specific skills to teach the ICT in the best way that they have to do. Teacher, as you know, teacher have many skills and ability, but when there are teachers using the ICT in this classroom, teacher needs to have technological skills. It means that the teachers need to know at least the basic technological skills, such as knowing how to turn on a computer, navigate the internet, and use a productivity application. But you know that we are right now in the 21st century. For that reason, teachers should be familiar with the variety of ICT tools and resources, included the use of computer, tablet, smartphone, software, and online resources. They should be able to use these tools and resources effectively to support their teaching. Other skill that the teacher needs is a pedagogical skills. Teachers need to be able to use ICT in a pedagogically effective way. This includes the ability to use the information and communication technologies to support learning objectives, engage students, and evaluate their learning. Finally, teachers need a collaboration skill. Teachers need to be able to collaborate with other teachers and other professionals when they are using the ICT. They should be able to use ICT to communicate and share ideas with other teachers and to collaborate on projects or some initiatives that they have during they are giving the classes. But you know that teachers also have to face some challenges and benefits. Some benefits that I can mention the teacher have are the personalization of learning, that ICT can help teacher adapt instruction to individual needs of the student, because every student have special needs, different needs, and for that reason, the teacher personalize that learning in that way. The interactive and engaging learning. ICT can create more engaging and interactive learning experience than traditional methods. Also, the developing of the 21st century skills, the teacher help to the students to develop the 21st century skills, such as the critical thinking, the problem solving, and the collaboration. The teacher are they're responsible to make that the students develop that skills. But you know that not everything is not rosy, and That's why the reason that the teacher have to face many challenges when they are using ICT. It is like exists the digital divide. Some of those challenges are the to access to technology, because not all the teachers have the access to the necessary technology using the ICT effectively in the classroom. This can be due to a lack of funding, a lack of infrastructure or training, or a lack of experience. Also, they can face a technical problems. You know that the problems can occur in any time. This can disrupt the lessons, and it frustrates both teachers and students. And this is a challenge that the teacher has to be in mind every day when they are teaching. Other, when the teachers are using the ICT, they need to integrate the ICT into the lesson plan. Teacher may struggle to integrate ICT into the lesson plans in a way that they can be meaningful and engaging for the student. Teacher may not be sure how to use ICT to support their learning objective, or they may not be sure how to use ICT to meet the needs of the learners, including those students with special needs. You know that the teachers in the classroom can find some students with special needs, and they have to adequate the plan lesson according to those students. Now imagine with those students with special needs, but using the ICT is a really hard challenge that the teacher has to face. Also, the teacher can find some students with attitudes that, like, okay, they will not be motivated to use ICT in the classroom, or they don't have the interest or use technology, because could be because they don't have the experience of use ICT, they don't know how to use that tools, or a fear or fear, right? And that in that way the teacher have to, as I mentioned, have to be a model and teach them in a way that the students learn what they want to teach them. And when the parental concerns, we can find the parental concerns because if the student don't know how to learn using the ICT, some parents may have some concern about their children using the ICT in the school. This may be due to concern about safety, their privacy, or the impact of technology on their children's development. Other challenges are the cost and the time, because the teacher have to face that if they don't have the necessary tools in their school or in the home, because right now we are taking class in the home, and if they don't have the money to pay the internet, or to have a computer, or to have software that helping to teach, or helping us as a student to learn about what that is why our challenge that the teacher have to face every time that they are teaching. For now, we have to take those things into account to motivate our students. The teacher has the very, very important where they are faced on the ICT. And the importance of the teacher is that the ICT in the education is increasing, is growing. The role of the teacher is becoming very increasingly important. ICT can be a powerful tool for learning, but they need to be used effectively in order to be successful. Teachers play a key role in ensuring the ICT they will be used in an effective way in the classroom. There are a number of ways in which teachers can help to ensure that ICT that are used effectively in the classroom. In that way, I want to mention Sustainable Development Objective, SDO, that is the quality education, in which the teachers can develop by using ICT as means to obtain a better quality of life through innovative learning. Is right using the ICT, all the tools that it involves, all the sources that we need to have in our classroom or when we are learning about it. Teachers who are comfortable using ICT will be better prepared to meet the needs of their students in the 21st century. By understanding the role of the teachers, the ICTs, in the ICT, teacher can help to ensure that the students are very prepared for success in the digital age that we are to confront right now because of all the problems that we are facing. Now I can ask you if you can tell me, right? I mentioned that we need to develop the quality, a quality of the SEO, that is a quality education. You can mention me why you consider that it is important when we are using the ICTs. Someone, please. Okay, well, I mentioned that a sustainable development objective is the quality education. And we have to know that a quality education is a better way that we need to learn. We need to know how to learn, and the teacher need to know how to teach and using the ICTs as the best way to understand, because we use many tools and sources. For that reason, we need to improve every day our education using all of those tools. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any question, can you ask me?
Thank you, Iris, for your participation. To finish with this topic, which is related to the ICTs, teachers' role and soft skills, we have now Roxana, who will be introduced by Marlenis Ibarra.
Rossana Ivanet Guerra Alveo is graduated in business from Angel Maria Herrera High School. Also has a technical certification in English and currently a graduated student at the English degree at the Universidad de Panama. She participated in different educational courses, including Panama Bilingual Program in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. She has volunteered with Peace Corps, Nebos Mission, and New Horizon as interpreter. Currently working at the Conservation Center in the Environmental Education Apartment at Buenaventura Zoo in Rio Hato, Coclé. She is willing to use her knowledge in education and the language to transmit her motto, ad aspera per aspera, through effort the reward. Welcome, Roxana.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, Iris, Vindie, and Freddie, who were talking about technology. And now we will be talking about soft skills. That is a very important term that we should have in today's day. So in today's digital age, technology dominates the way we work and communicate, of course. So this includes how education is getting involved by this evolution. Just as we just heard, in recent years, the use of information technologies has been rapidly reinforced. So the use of technological devices is practically necessary to carry out work in a more efficient and more effective way. However, the soft skills cannot be undermined in this digital age. Okay, so but before talking about what soft skills are, I would like to know if my audience know what is soft skills. I just want you to raise your hand, and I want to see you. If you know what is soft skills, or you remember. Okay, I don't see. Okay, I see. Perfect. For the ones that know what is soft skills, it's very important to know it. Yeah, not forget what are your strengths. And for the ones that doesn't know what soft skills are, let's reinforce and talk about this. So they refers to various personality traits that an individual has. So these include attitudes, these include communication, critical thinking, creative abilities, and others. Yeah, so these soft skills helps you to stand out. So effective soft skills development requires a learning experience and enhancing, okay? So these soft skills are related to technologies, not directly, but through the educator. So you will wonder what are the skills that a teacher or an educator needs to be in the educational field. So these are abilities and behaviors that an educator should have in these fields to complete their duties successfully, as the slide says. So they may include emotional intelligence, social awareness, and leadership, and among others, of course. So technology cannot be effective in the classroom without teachers that are knowledgeable and capable to implement these soft skills in both the technology itself and its implementation to meet the educational goals that we need. For example, we are talking about right now about Panama. We saw that in China, they have a big improvement in technology, but in Panama, we are just starting with a little bit of the technology that is that we are living in this world. But not because of that, we cannot forget the human part that are the soft skills, okay? But soft skills are very important for teachers and individuals in this field. They may include, as I said, the leadership, the emotional intelligence. And these terms are inside a very important concept called the transformational thinking. That means transform and to face changes. So teachers with transformational thinking help their students to meet their goals and also to enhance their development and success in their lives. So every leader needs soft skills even through the screen or even the technology. So if we are hoping to become an educator, these are certain abilities that are essential to recognize and to have to determine the success and development of your students. So the first one is leadership. So as the individual that you are in charge of a classroom, possessing solid leadership skills can help you be a guiding for your students. No matter the age that they have or the thinking that they have, they need an inspiration. For example, if I see that my professor use the ICTs, is always trying to implement new technologies and is teaching how to use these technologies to their students, I'm getting a leader. So this teacher is giving me tools to improve my future and to meet my goals in a better, innovative way. And we are getting involved in the correct area, age, sorry, that is the technological one, because we have to move forward. We need to move forward. So the next one is the communication. Yeah, so being able as a teacher to communicate effectively, efficiently, and clearly to our students make us a high quality professor. Yeah, so we are responsible for the ones that wants to be professors to show our students a very easy way to comprehend the technology or the topics, and we are responsible to teach how to use these learnings in their daily life. The daily life and the reality life is not only the interaction with humans, but also the interactions with humans through a screen. Okay, and one of the most important that we know is the emotional intelligence. That is a soft skills that every professor, educator, teacher, or human should have. And if you are an English student in the Penonomé campus, you have known this term. We always study the emotional intelligence. And this emotional intelligence help you being aware of your student emotional and physical requirements. Yeah, to be a successful teacher, this is very critical. So having the ability to detect how the students feel and how you feel can allow you to interact in the correct way. For instance, if a student has exhibit poor behavior in the classroom, we are able to recognize it and to give the correct tools for these students. We cannot forget the emotional intelligence, even if the computer or internet always give us advices or give us information of how to recognize your emotional intelligence or how to handle, because it's the human interaction that helps to put this into practice. So emotional intelligence will be always a very important skill, even if we are helped by IA or any technology that is in the future planned, okay? There are other more that are problem solving, that are time management with the students, a cultural competence to know the differences and the cultural diversity that we have in our classroom. But the main ones are the ones that we mentioned. Okay, so soft skills, as a conclusion, are critical for professional success in the digital age. We got ICT, text, tricks, and we will have it now and on, but the human interaction remains fundamental even as technology advances. So professionals can enhance their interpersonal growth, development, and the soft skills are necessary to thrive in today's interconnected world. Thank you so much.